I mentioned this 2 days back. सत्संगते भाई नाम कबू नाई, अक्षर भैरवे पटे नाम कबू नाई, यदि करीबे शुद्ध नाम साधु संग कर, भुक्ति मुक्ति वांछा दूर परिहर. He is clearly saying in Prem Vibharta, in bad association one cannot chant, what to speak of Shuddha Naam, any Harinam. In bad association. He said, asatsang, oh brothers, in asatsang, in bad association, you can't chant Harinam. And whatever is coming from your mouth, lips, is only just words, syllables, it's not actually Naam. Jadi karibe Shuddha Naam. Akshar Bhairvate Naam Kabu Nai. This is not the holy name, this is just syllables coming out. But if one is serious and want to chant on the progression of chanting Shuddha Naam, then sadhu samkar, associate with devotees who are immersed in that bliss of chanting, actually chanting Harinam. But provided with these terms and conditions are bhukti mukti vancha, the desire for any kind of sense gratification and even desire for liberation. Bhukti mukti sriha yavat, which is compared to as which by Rupa Goswami. Bhukti mukti sriha yavat pishachi hidi vartate, which is dancing in the heart.
Which is?
Which is the desire for liberation, not liberation.
Bhukti and mukti.
Both. No. Mukti. Yeah. Bhukti and mukti is both like witches. Pishachi hidi vartate. So, 2 points. One is associating with pure devotees. Okay, we are associating with Gurudev, we are associating with Prabhupada, but I don't want to give up sense gratification. And I also want liberation. What do we mean by liberation? Prabhu, when we say we don't want liberation, what is the meaning?
We don't want the well, we don't want the 5 kinds of liberation. We want to have actually like
there are 5 kinds of liberation. Salokya, Shashti, Samipya, Sarupe, Ikapayut. 5 kinds of liberation. But another meaning of liberation is Atyanta Dukha Nivritti. I want to get rid of sufferings. This is also one kind of liberation. So desire for bhukti and mukti have to be given up, plus association of sadhu. Then one can chant Shuddha Naam, which is offenseless. But because in this state we are struggling hard to chant nicely, but this is offensive chanting. Because I am in bad association. The worst bad association is my own mind. I am always associating with my mind, the urges of my mind, and wherever my mind is driving me, I am just wandering on that direction. There's a bad association. What to speak of anybody else? My own inner self is bad association. So that's why this is offensive chanting, and that's why we don't feel results. So what shall we do? We give up chanting?
Never.
What he's asking though, she's saying, we chant Gornatai, there's no offense. So if there's no offense, then what is the chanting of Gornatai? Is it Namabas? Is it Shuddhanam? This is your question, right?
yeah, because like if I know I have offenses completely, but then I hear this beautiful thing like, but there's no offenses in their names, so I'm like, well, there's no way I'm ever going to chant pure Nam.
They are very compassionate, no doubt. Mahavadanyaya. But we are taking Mahaprabhu very easygoing. His worship, his chanting.
1 second. What are you putting? Yogurt at night is not good. No, can't eat yogurt at night.
No, what are you doing? You making something?
Making a lassi.
Make an offering.
Yeah, he's making something of like a drink, and he's going to put yogurt in it.
Well, last year.
Huh?
Keep it for tomorrow morning.
Huh?
Tomorrow morning.
that we were
Worship of Mahaprabhu,
we're taking it.
chanting of Mahaprabhu is very easy. But Mahaprabhu himself is not very easy going. His worship is easy going, but he is not easy going. Yeah, he is very calculative. You know? Krishna is very calculative. Ye yatha maam pravadante, tam sadeva jamyaham. We worship in whatever degree I reciprocate proportionately. It's very calculative. 50.25% and blessings 50.25%. You see the example of King Muchkunda, Bhagavatam. Kal Yavan was chasing Krishna and Muchkunda was sleeping in cave. Krishna knew this and he ran to see Kal Yavan. He gave up his battlefield and he entered the cave and put his yellow garment on King Muchkunda, and demon Kal Yavan thought this is Krishna sleeping and he kicked. King Muchkunda opened his eyes. Kal Yavan was burned to ashes. Krishna came over the scene. And Muchkund Maharaj, oh my Lord, oh Krishna, bhavap vargo brahmato yada bhave janasya tad achyut sat samagama. Oh my Lord, when the point of Jiva's birth and death comes to end, then he come across Sadhu Sangha. And in that Sadhu Sangha paraveshe toi jayate rati. He get realizations of yours and he get liberated. Understand? But Vishnu Chakra Thakur explains, actually it is not like this. When one come across Sadhu Sangha, then repeated birth and death comes to end. But he said differently. He said when the point of birth and death comes to end, one comes across Sadhu and in the association one get realizations of yours. But actually it's the opposite. The point comes why King Muchkunda said this and Krishna didn't corrected him. Because the process gets so fast, sometimes we speak so fast, instead of saying something else, we speak something else. The process gets so fast in that association, so instead of saying that first association and then repeated birth and death, cycle of birth and death comes to end. But instead of saying this, he said first birth and death comes to end and then one get association because the process is very fast. But what is the nature of Krishna? He say, oh Muchkunda, oh, you glorifying Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees, but you never done in your life. Saying something else and doing is different. It's good you know this, but you never did this. So, I'll see you next life. First you do Sadhu Sangha, you perform Sadhu Sangha, bhajan, and I will see you. So calculated, right? What is the hope we have from Krishna? Our journey is from hopeless ends to endless hopes. That's our journey. Hopeless ends to endless hopes. Then Krishna, oh, he is very dayalu, he is very compassionate, killing Putana and gave destination what? Motherly like destination. Is this called compassion?
No, that seems pretty good.
Chief Goswami said no.
What is it?
She only got motherly like destination, but no service there.
Really?
She has no service there, and it's more frustrating.
Or she went to Golok and not Gokul or something?
Yeah, Gokul also known as Golok,
Yeah, there was something about like.
but she's not getting any service there.
So no bliss. Without service, there's no bliss. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
There's no service, there's no bliss.
Is that,
Yes. There is bliss or no bliss, but there is no service. We are not doing service to get bliss.
no,
Yes.
I mean she's not. Oh.
No bliss. It is just like nice rasgulla is there, but moment you try to eat, someone, no, you can't. It's so frustrating. Moment she tried to hold Krishna, Mother Yashoda take Krishna away from her. No service there. This is not called compassion.
So for all eternity,
Huh?
So for all eternity, she's trying to take Saturday school.
Yeah. But she can't.
So he's torturing her. Now I've never heard that. That's
the
very
point.
interesting.
This is not compassion.
Oh.
So then we have hope from Mahaprabhu. Because he is Mahavadanyaya. Krishna is donor. Bhakti Swami Sindhu, Rup Goswami, no. Rup Goswami was telling his one book. Laghu Bhagavatamritam. He's saying, Sant avatar bhuva pankaj nabhasya sarvatra bhadra Krishna vadanyaya dova latosi premado bhavati. Krishna is vadanyaya, great donor, who is giving prema even to the creepers. Yes, Krishna is donor because he is giving prema even to the creepers. But which creepers? Any creepers? Those creepers who are already situated in Golok Vrindavan. Understand? Those creepers. And then Mahaprabhu is more merciful, is Mahavadanyaya. So hearing this other point that there is no offense in chanting the name of Gauranga, we take Mahaprabhu very easygoing, which is not. His worship is easygoing, no doubt, but he is very difficult, very strict to following the principles. Maryada Langan mui sehte na pari. Mahaprabhu said, I cannot tolerate any transgression of Maryada. Even Maryada for dressing. She, Brahmanand Bharti, sannyasi, and godmother of Ishwarpuri, Mahaprabhu's Gurudev. When he came to Jagannath Puri, devotees informed Mahaprabhu, Shri Brahmanand Bharti is here. Mahaprabhu was so excited. Oh, means godmother of my Gurudev. And Mahaprabhu used to respect all Maryada, all complete Maryada. Godmother of my Gurudev means he is equivalent to my Gurudev. He ran to see Brahmanand Bharti. But Brahmanand Bharti was wearing deer skin, not sannyas cloth like this. Mahaprabhu saw right in front of him. He saw him. And he said, where is Brahmanand Bharti? I am not seeing him. Where is he? Oh, you said he is here. I don't see him. He is just speaking loudly so that he can hear. And Brahmanand Bharti understood his mistake. He went inside. He changed his clothes, sannyasi. He came out. Mahaprabhu said, oh, Shri Brahmanand Bharti. And he paid obeisances to him. He corrected him. But the point comes, Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj said, why he didn't speak directly to him? That what you wearing? Maryada. Because he is godmother of his Gurudev. He can't directly say to him. But he wanted to correct him indirectly. I am not seeing him. But when he put on this cloth, sannyas cloth, then he paid flat obeisances to him. Yes, now I am seeing him. Please bless me. So much particular about dressing. So much particular about tilak. He chastised Mukunda. Mukunda, your sandhya, means your chanting mantra goes in vain because you don't have tilak on your forehead. How we can say Mahaprabhu is easy going? And we all know about Chota Haridas. Mahaprabhu rejected Chota Haridas. Mahaprabhu saying, I don't want to see any king. King Pratap Rudra. So much dedicated. Dying to see Mahaprabhu, to meet him. So much dedication. He said, if Mahaprabhu have problem with my opulence as king, better I should become a beggar in the streets. I want to renounce everything for the sake of seeing Mahaprabhu. And devotees approached Mahaprabhu with this proposal. Mahaprabhu said, no! Even if you become beggar, what do you think? He is still a king. Sannyasi is not supposed to see the king. Mahaprabhu didn't met Prataprutra. But when Nityan Prabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, everyone requested Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu very strict in his principles. Sannyasi not supposed to see any king. But when they said, because of King Prataprutra, he released Shri Ramanand Rai from his official government work. He released him from those obligations. Mahaprabhu got so pleased in his heart. But still he was strict. I will not see. Then he gave option, I can see his son. Because Atma Jayate Putraha. That's Shastras. Father own soul take birth as son. Understand? If someone gets son, father's soul take birth as son. Atma Jayate Putraha. And that's why Shukdev Goswami in 10th canto is addressing this to in that verse. Nandastu Atmaja Utpanne Jat Halad Mahamana Ayu Vipravedyat Snat Suchil Anklita. Just by hearing, Shukdev Goswami is saying, Nandastu Atmaja Utpanne. Nanda Maharaj's soul have taken birth as Krishna. Atmaj means Atma, the soul, take birth as son. And also confirmed by Gargacharya, who came to give name ceremony to the boys of Yashoda Maya and Rohini Maya. And what Gargacharya said, Tasman Nanda Atmajam te Narayana Samogunaha. Oh Nanda Maharaj, your Atma, Krishna is your Atmaj, means your Atma took birth as Krishna, as son, your son. So Atma Jayate Putraha. Mahaprabhu said, I can see the son of King Prataprutra, but I will not going to see him. And when the news came to King Prataprutra, he was so happy, at least my son can meet Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu embraced the son of King Prataprutra. And after getting his blessings and all, when he came back, the king embraced his son. You got embrace of Mahaprabhu's body. You are so fortunate. And I'm so, bad fortune. I can't see him. So he embraced his son. And Mahaprabhu, he never forgets anyone's seva. He's antaryami. So when devotees told him, because of King Prataprutra, Shri Ramanand Rai got released from his government obligations. Internally he was very satisfied. And after dancing so much in Jagannath's in front of Lord Jagannath Rath Yatra, chariot, when he got tired and he was resting at Jagannath Vallabh Udyan, the garden, King Prataprutra got this opportunity because every devotee pushed him, go, massage Mahaprabhu's feet. Because now he's in trance, he's unconscious state. That's the time when you can serve him. King Prataprutra came and started massaging the feet of Mahaprabhu. And while massaging the feet, lotus feet of Mahaprabhu, he uttered the verse from Gopi Geet. Tav kathamritam tapta jivanam kavi viditam kalpashapaham shavan mangalam shimad atmatam bhuvi grananti te bhuri rajana. Oh, Mahaprabhu heard this and he came back to his consciousness and he embraced King Prataprutra. He embraced him. So Mahaprabhu is so strict as sannyasi. I cannot see king. You not put in tilak. And goodness, I will not give prema to my mother Sachi because she offended Advaitacharya to his own mother. Everyone worship the mother of Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu is so strict. Mukunda came in front of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, I will not give you prema. A beta khad jatiya. A beta khad jatiya means he has no stand. If you go to Brahmavadis, you speak their glories. If you go to Mayavadis, speak their glories. If you come to Vaishnava, speak their glories. It's no stand, it's not fixed, no sampradaya nishta. You will get prema after a million of words. He starts jumping, wow, at least it's sanctioned. I will get this one day. And when Mother Sachi Mata came, Mom said, no, because you offended Advaitacharya. Mahaprabhu is so calculated. It's not that easy going. And there might be many other examples like that. I just counted few of that. How we can say Mahaprabhu is very easy going? So, it's not that we can chant Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga and we follow up Sampradaya. And, considering Mahaprabhu as Gaurang,
Oh, Gauranga Nagari. Yeah.
Gauranga Nagari. That Mahaprabhu is enjoyer.
Yeah.
And they make painting of Mahaprabhu's like, naked paintings. So, if we just chant Gauranga, Gauranga as Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj is saying, Gaur Amar, bolete nahi chole. Gaur Achar, Gaur Vichar. Say only by saying Gauranga is mine, it will not work. Unless one, in Gaur Aarti we sing, Gaura Sampa Saito Dekhi. You know? In the last verse, in the last stanza. Bhakati Vinoda Dekhi Gaura Sampada Gaura Sampa Saito Dekhi Gaur Pade Pran So Peche Gaura Sampa Saito Dekhi Gaura Bine Jane Nare Gaura Sampa Saito Dekhi. One who has surrendered his life at the lotus feet of Gauranga Mahaprabhu by adopting his principles, then this is offenseless chant. So that name of Gauranga is helping us, facilitating us, taking us from very conditioned state, uplifting us to high, if we are serious candidate to actually want that. Not that on the name of Gauranga we can also do sinful activities and take advantage of the name of Gauranga. Then it will not work. It's not that easy. Okay, Hare Krishna is difficult, full of 10 offenses. Let us chant Gauranga. And I got all facilities to do what I can do. That's not the criteria. No, that's true.
Sometimes we're thinking, oh, I'm going to get this karmi person to chant, say Gora, say Nitai. But then it's just Namakshar. They don't follow any, I don't follow Sadhguru.
No.
So,
for them,
Different.
that's different. So much benefit for them.
There's so much of it.
But for us, because we already know this, so what is aparad? What is offense? Knowingly doing something. They are unknowingly. At the boatman there, Abdul Maharaj asked him to chant Gauranga. He said, go round? No, I cannot go round. He said, no, go round. Go round. So if we chant Gauranga, we will get multiple of benefits. As we also avail this facility in our early years of, we chanted Gauranga or Hare Krishna, and immediately we got Sadhu Sangha. Mahabhagavad came in our life. Understand? That's the result of chanting. That's the yajna. And the benefit of that is, if we chant offenselessly, we come across good sadhus. That's the result of chanting. And then paraveshe tohi jayate rahi.
So you should understand then that the question of trying to experience the benefits of Namabas or Shuddhanam by chanting Gauranga, it doesn't happen like that, because you know what you're supposed to chant, what you're supposed to do, and how you're supposed to practice bhakti.
It seems like it's all this it's like a Sukriti machine until you become an initiated devotee and meet a Mahabhagavad. And then all the hard work starts. You have to actually...
No, there's still
chant
Sukriti.
offensively,
It's not like
fall
there
upon
isn't Sukriti at that stage.
Well, I mean,
It's a trap. Chant and be happy. Oh, really? That's very easy.
yeah.
When we enter in,
By the
what is
way,
the meaning chanting?
Small print.
What is the meaning of happy?
Yeah.
Then the whole philosophy starts.
What is the meaning of end?
And,
Yeah.
and happy.
Go watch clocks and I'll be happy.
Oh, yeah. You actually have to practice with sincerity. You have to actually endeavor to please Mahaprabhu. Like, if you're just taking the holy name lightly,
We
there's
can't
no real
take-
benefit.
We can't take Mahaprabhu lightly. But he's supplying and he's facilitating us with all those sangha association by which we can grow very fast in bhakti. But it's not that he's making, okay, we start Shraddha, and it's not that Mahaprabhu will immediately take us to Bhav. But he's helping us in that, pushing.
It's just the way it's worded, like, oh, his name accepts no offenses. So then the mind thinks, well, logically, I should just chant this name.
Shortcut.
But it doesn't accept offenses, and it brings you up to Sadhu Sangha, from Sadhu Sangha, Guru Padashray.
Process have to be there. Everyone has to follow the process. We can't
No
cross
shortcut.
No
And you
shortcut.
hit an Arthanatika.
Yeah, there is shortcut. In bhakti, there is shortcut. What is that? What is the shortcut in bhakti? Bhakt pada dhuli, bhakt pada jal, bhakt bhukt avashesh.
Dina Mahabha.
That's the shortcut of bhakti. The water which wash the lotus feet of a pure devotee, not Lord, but pure devotee. The dust from the lotus feet of a pure devotee and the remnants, the leftovers from pure devotee, which is also prasadam, and the Harikatha, the lecture, is also remnants of Vishnu.
So how much do you think? Could I drink a couple gallons of food in football?
That's why you're chanting. Otherwise you can't chant.
I'm chanting Namakshar. It just sound syllables. And I can't follow proper substance.
That's why Jagannath Pandit said, Kabhu naam afas, sada naam aparad. Ye sab jano bhai, hari bhakti baad. Sometimes naam avas, but most of the time naam aparad.
I wish.
No, this is what Jagannath Pandit is saying clearly.
You said I'm chanting Namakshar.
Lord Krishna, did I other questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Ananda, what is your question?
Well, I was
Shastra says, Acharya je mat, sei mat sar, ar sab mat, gelo chhar. Only that Acharya je mat. Mat means, any good word for mat? Narasimha Prabhu?
Mat?
Other day you were speaking that Joto mat, soto.
I can't sorry.
Okay. Acharya je mat. The principles set up by Acharyas is the only essence. And all other considerations, gelo char, goes in vain. That's why I said, Mahajano je gathasa panthaha. What is the safest path being asked to Yudhishthir Maharaj 5,000 years back? What is the most safest path? Can you explain? Mahajano je gathasa panthaha. Following the footsteps of Mahajan is the most safest path. And if we try to find any other path, that it goes in vain. Okay, everyone agrees to that? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, when he had dialogue with the head of the Department of Astrology in India, he literally trembled to
Literally
see,
what?
trembling.
Trembled.
He trembled to see Srila Prabhupada is so much scholarly in astrology. And he kept his seat vacant for Prabhupada throughout his life. But Srila Prabhupada said, I'm not in this world to count the stars and the movements of constellations. I'm here to preach Shuddha Bhakti, to attain that ultimate goal of life. And everything is inclusive in that. That's Srila Prabhupada's mat, that's his vichar. Therefore, Bhakti Yayavar Goswami Maharaj, prior to his taking, he is the last sannyasi of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada gave 18 sannyas to 18 persons. He was the last one. Prior to taking sannyas, he and his friend went to astrologer. Very good astrologer, can predict anything. So astrologers saw his chart and said, you can't avoid your marriage. Definitely you're going to get married. I can challenge you. So Yayavar Goswami Maharaj became a little worried that Prabhupada wants to give me sannyas, and this astrologer, he went to check with the astrologer, and the astrologer said, you're definitely going to get married. No one can stop that. So he's a little confused what to do. This is my destiny, and on the other side, the order of Gurudev, what is more important? So in a very simple heart, with submissive mood, he approached Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and said, the astrologer told, very soon marriage will happen in my life. You want to give me sannyas. I am confused. Because astrology is great, science. Srila Prabhupada said, you can read this in My Beloved Masters by Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, Yayavar Goswami Maharaj article, his chapter. Srila Prabhupada said, what is the fear in surrendering to the lotus feet of that personality who is known as Abhay Charan? Bhaj Hure Man Shinand Nandan Abhay Charanaru Vindari. By surrendering oneself to the lotus feet of Krishna, who provides all Abhay. Abhay means fearlessness. Then what is the fear? To surrender. You have no faith in Krishna, that he will protect you. Is the words of astrologer is more important than the words of Krishna said in Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Give up everything and surrender to me. Whose words is more important? Srila Yayavar Goswami Maharaj, just by hearing 1 minute, Srila Prabhupada used to give 1 or 2 minute step and just touch the heart. And immediately he accepted that sannyas from Srila Prabhupada. And never this happened. My Guru Maharaj, prior to he took birth, his mother gave birth to 4 children, but they all died immediately after birth. Guru Maharaj got birth, and the astrologer said, this is what Guru Maharaj used to tell us when he was 100 years. He said, very smilingly and jokingly, he used to say, when I got birth, the astrologers, very expert ones, they saw my chart and they told to my parents, my mother especially, he will survive maximum 5 years. Your all other sons died, but he will survive because you prayed so much to Shiva, so he will survive 5 years. Guru Maharaj said, I'm already 100. I don't know, maybe 105 I will leave my body. So, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, I forgot that verse, but that's the verse from Chaitanya Bhagavat, where Srila Prabhupada quoted this verse. Vidhi Kalam means if one, not to the point of surrender to Krishna, but even on the progression of surrender to Krishna, the Vidhi, the will of providence, how you say? Even the will of providence gets away. Because with a staunch faith of, I am surrendering to that personality who is Abhay Charan, whose lotus feet are giving all fearlessness. Understand? And to this regard, personally, by staying with my Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, so many times in his room, Gurudev very upset and angry if anyone wearing any rings. To that point, I will not tell the name, but one of Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's disciple, who is Param Gurudev's godmother, who used to give nursing kavachas to devotees, and Gurudev was so angry. Gurudev said, no need to wear any rings, etc. We depend only, this is called Sharanagati, Rakshati iti Vishwaso. The six limbs of Sharanagati is Anukulesa Sankalpam, Pratikulesa Vivarjanam, Rakshati iti Vishwaso, Goptiptam Varnam Tatha, Atmanikshepa Karpanya. Gurudev said, Sharanagati means accepting those things which are favorable to bhakti, rejection of those things which are unfavorable to bhakti. Third, the firm faith, Krishna is my protector, and full determination, he is the one who is taking care of me, he is nourishing me. Goptiptim Varnam Tatha. So Gurudev said, if we don't have complete faith in these words, how we can think, we can progress in our bhakti. Krishna feels so bad when we are not dependent on him and we are depending on some other things. In this regard, again another Acharya, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Gosai Maharaj, a devotee came to him many times, coming to him asking, Maharaj, I have some problems in my life. Can I wear nursing kavacha? Srila Bharti Maharaji, very polite way, smilingly used to say, and what is there in nursing kavacha? In that small round silver thing. He said, Maharaj, the mantras. Nursing kavacha, we did yet the other day. I was reciting that mantra. He said, he used to say, you believe more in nursing kavacha. Can't you believe in the names of Narsingha? Is there any difference between the names of Narsingha and the nursing kavacha? Who is more important? The name of Narsingha or the kavacha of Narsingha? How the kavacha of Narsingha appeared from? From the name. So all acharyas, all the way from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada and all his prominent disciples to Srila Gurudev and Srila Bharti Goswami Maharaj, they always focused on every time surrender to Krishna. And we can say, but we need protection. We need protection. Then Srila Bhakti Thakur is saying, Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichha tomar, nitya das prati tohar adhikar. Krishna, even you want to kill me or you want to survive me. Save me. Nitya Daspati, I am your Das. You have complete adhikar, rights on me. So don't try to interfere in the rights of Krishna. In this way, we are losing that firm faith in the words of Krishna. That means I have no faith in my bhakti. That means I have no faith in the words of Krishna. That means I have no faith in the words of my Gurudev, who is my whole soul protector. No, I am not opposing any ideas. I am just telling what I heard from my Gurudevs. I don't know about astrology at all. But, no, seriously, Maharaj.
No, and I understand that.
So, and that's why in the morning class, what I was saying there, Srila Bhakti Thakur is saying, Tomar seva, just try to pick up this point. Tomar sevaye dukh hai jato, seito param sukha. O Krishna, in your service, whatever difficulties I am come across,
I feel great pleasure in those difficulties because you are the center of those difficulties. And that's why I derive pleasure if these difficulties are coming to me. So Krishneka Sharanam, dependency, and Krishna feels pleasure in this. He wants to do some operation to us. You know, I have prarabdhas. So, Rupa Goswami Pad, Bhakti Swami Sindhu, aprarabdham, prarabdham, papam, putam, bijam, phalam, kramena pralanti Vishnu bhakti ratmatam. I was telling Didi this morning, when we start our bhakti under the shelter of, first step is Guru Padashraya, taking shelter of spiritual master. And when we start performing little bhakti, that two leaves sprouts from that plant. One is Klesh Agni and other is Shubhadha. Klesh Agni means getting rid of all those Kaleshas, means prarabdhas. So how those and the second leaf is all auspiciousness comes. So I'm not going detail into that. So what is that? Klesh Agni means getting rid of the anarthas. So he gave one shlok from Purana. Aprarabdham papam putam bijam phalam kramena pralanti Vishnu bhakti ratna. What we are going through right now is prarabdha. How we can change prarabdha? If I born blind, while chanting Hare Krishna, I can't get my eyes back. I can't have control on my prarabdhas. I have control over aprarabdhas which are in a waiting list. Yes. When I come across suffering of my prarabdhas, then they are in a waiting list. They will come forward and try their own, give their own difficulties. And behind a prarabdhas is kuta. What is bija? Bij means seed. The seed of sin. There's on the waiting list. There are heaps of that. And behind that there's another section. Kuta means the heap of seeds. This much is we have collected. This much we have collected from so many lifetimes. So that's horrible. How to get rid of this? So much in waiting list. The Rupa Goswami Pad said, there is a hope. Only by performing Vishnu Bhakti, means Krishna Bhakti, everything goes but in sequence. Aprarabdham, papam, putam, bijam, phalam mukham, kramena pralanti. And he gave example just like if you take 100 lotus petals and there is a needle. How much time will it take to pierce that 100 leaves, 100 petals? How much time? With a needle? 1 second. But it will go in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 100. But it goes so fast. That's the glories of Krishna Bhakti. And Nam Ashtakam by Rupa Goswami Pad, Shri Krishna Nam Ashtakam. Very wonderful point he's saying that. Just 1 minute, please. Yad Brahma Sakshat Kriti Nishtayapi Vinasham Ayati Vinana Bhoge Apayati Nama Sfuranena Tatte Prarabdha Karmeti Viroti Vedaha. Meaning is, O holy name, the Vedas loudly declare that even without a devotee undergoing any suffering, his prarabdha karma, which cannot be eliminated even by resolute meditation on impersonal Brahm, is at all once mitigated by your appearance on the tongue. That's the glories of Harinam. And Gurudev, because they have staunch faith in the words of Acharyas and Krishna, giving fearlessness. Gurudev and Prabhupada, all Acharyas, always telling this, why we don't have faith in this verse. So if we, on the scale, the word of any other person and the word of Krishna and Acharyas, which scale is high? For my personal from my personal perspective, no matter if I'm going through any suffering, but I will try my best to fully have faith in Harinam. That Harinam, no kavacha can be more powerful than Harinam. And if I'm getting any suffering, as Maharaj very well said, and Srila Bharti Goswami Maharaj, I am every time quoting this verse. Always take it as Tatyanukampa Susmikshumano Bhunjan Evatma Kritam Vipaka. Because we are devotees. Some little ego is very much required. Try to understand this. Little ego is required. That helps us in support of our bhakti. That I am a devotee. When I believe I am a devotee, I separate myself from materialistic people. But if I try all the time considering this, I am also keeping that humble mood. I am also same like everyone. How we can differentiate between me as a devotee and following the standard of a devotee and others not following the standard. Krishna is a time-place circumstance. In Bhagavad Gita, the battle of Mahabharata, he cannot say, oh no, I am not God. There he has to say, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, I am the Lord of everyone. But he can't say in Braj, in front of Shridham and Subal Madhu Mangal. If he say, I am the Lord of everyone, they will slap him. Time, place and circumstance. And there, Mahabharata, Kurukshetra, he cannot play as he is playing in Braj. Mahaprabhu also, when he is showing his opulence in Navdeep Dham, is different. When he came to Prakashanand Saraswati, he reacted differently. Time, place, circumstance. So sometimes the false ego which we have, we can utilize this in differentiating to enhance our bhakti, that I am a devotee, I don't have to act or react like an ordinary human being. Because I got more blessings and knowledge from my acharyas, from my Gurudev. In that way, I am little superior to them. And having said that, I am superior, it's my duty to also educate others. So this false ego can be also engaged in protecting my bhakti. That's all.
Yeah.